HarperCollins and Harper Audio present The Dance of Intimacy, A Woman's Guide to Courageous Acts of Change in Key Relationships, by Harriet Lerner. Read by Heni Zoutomou. A note before we begin. Don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider. It contains the appendix from the book. Dedication. For Steve Lerner. Author's note. Except for the friends and family who have given permission to appear in this book, all names and all identifying characteristics of individuals mentioned have been changed in order to protect their privacy. 1. The Pursuit of Intimacy. Is it women's work? I was cleaning my attic when I came across a poem I wrote during my sophomore year of college in Madison, Wisconsin. I vaguely recalled the brief attachment that inspired these lines. A steamy start which turned into an unbridgeable distance before either of us knew what was happening. Once you held me so hard, and we were so close, that belly to belly we fused, passed through each other, and back to back, stood strangers again. Neither the poem nor the romance was memorable, and my words certainly did not capture the anguish I felt when an initially blissful relationship failed. But I was reminded of what intimacy is not, and also what it is. All beginnings are lovely, a French proverb reminds us, but intimacy is not about that initial Velcro stage of relationships. It is when we stay in a relationship over time, whether by necessity or choice, that our capacity for intimacy is truly put to the test. It is only in long-term relationships that we are called upon to navigate that delicate balance between separateness and connectedness, and that we confront the challenge of sustaining both, without losing either when the going gets rough. Nor is intimacy the same as intensity, although we are a culture that confuses these two words. Intense feelings, no matter how positive, are hardly a measure of true and enduring closeness. In fact, intense feelings may block us from taking a careful and objective look at the dance we are doing with significant people in our lives. And as my poem illustrates, intense togetherness can easily flip into intense distance, or intense conflict for that matter. Finally, the challenge of intimacy is by no means limited to the subject of men, marriage, or romantic encounters, although some of us may equate intimacy with images of blissful heterosexual pairings. A primary commitment to a man reflects only one opportunity for intimacy, in a world that is rich with possibilities for connectedness and attachment. Whatever your own definition of intimacy, this book is designed to challenge and enlarge it. It will not teach you things to do to make him or her admire you. It does not provide guidelines for a love-in. It is not even about feeling close in the usual and immediate sense of the word. And certainly it is not about changing the other person, which is not possible. Instead, it is a book about making responsible and lasting changes that enhance our capacity for genuine closeness over the long haul. Toward defining our terms. Let's attempt a working definition of an intimate relationship. What does it require of us? For starters, intimacy means that we can be who we are in a relationship and allow the other person to do the same. Being who we are requires that we can talk openly about things that are important to us, that we take a clear position on where we stand on important emotional issues, and that we clarify the limits of what is acceptable and tolerable to us in a relationship. Allowing the other person to do the same means that we can stay emotionally connected to that other party, who thinks, feels, and believes differently, without needing to change, convince, or fix the other. An intimate relationship is one in which neither party silences, sacrifices, or betrays the self, and each party expresses strength and vulnerability, weakness and competence in a balanced way. Of course, there is much more to this business of navigating separateness, the I, and connectedness, the we. But I will avoid spelling it out in dry theory. The subject, in all of its complexity, will come to life in later chapters, as we examine turning points in the lives of women who courageously changed their steps and relationship dances that were painful and going badly. In each case, these changes were made in the direction of defining a more whole
Sample complete. Ready to continue?